फिर मैंने एक एक राज्य में ढूंढ के स्थानीय, कहीं सोलर, कहीं टेक्सटाइल क्लस्टर्स, कहीं क्राफ्ट्समैन, एक एक व्यक्ति को जिन सेक्टर्स में था, अब कश्मीर में पश्मीना क्लस्टर बनाओ, बरेली में जरी का बनाओ, लखनऊ में चिकन का बनाओ,
एग्री
यूनिवर्सिटीज बनाओ। अब ये छोटे छोटे जो लोग हैं कि जमीन के स्तर पर मैं इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटी को ले जाऊं, ये मेरा प्रयास था
जी। Retrospective tax. Now, this was one of the major reasons why the UPA lost the election, because the downslide started with that as far as the FII confidence is concerned. There still seems to be not enough clarity.
Absolute clarity.
You've not completely got rid of that. You've left that little room for maneuverability.
There's no room for maneuverability. I've divided it into three. For the future, I have given a very large assurance that this government doesn't believe in creating fresh liabilities of tax retrospectively. So such an episode won't happen.
What's this panel then that you're talking about? That the panel that
I'll just tell you. So for future, I can't restrict Parliament's jurisdiction to enact. Parliament has the power to enact retrospective laws. But I've said on economic legislation, retrospective taxation creating fresh liability won't be levied. Then comes the second category, that under the 2012 law, will new notices be issued to newer parties? I have said no. No assessing officer will issue notice, he will report it to the CBDT, which will decide what to do. So these two, there is absolute clarity. With regard to a third category where notices have been issued, liabilities have been fixed, people have moved court, and those matters are pending either in court or in arbitration, I'll wait for the outcome of them and we'll respect that.
So what if there is an economic stress situation? For example, people are talking about a failed monsoon or a weak monsoon. If there is an economic stress situation,
if it's an inadequate monsoon in some region, there is enough food grade that we have, enough food we have to support those regions.
No, I'm talking about the retrospective tax. If there is an economic stress situation, will you resort to that tax problem again?
No, economic stress situation will have nothing to do with it. You see, retrospective tax is now possible, in view of my assurance, only in one category of cases, which is a government has collected tax over the last 30-40 years and some courts intervenes after 40 years. So are we going to refund that entire money or we'll legitimize that? That's the only, which is not a fresh liability. So for old liabilities, it can come, but for fresh liability, I won't enact today to say, well, news agencies will have to pay a tax for the last 10 years, which you didn't know when you invested money in this business. So no fresh liability from a back date.
Okay, every finance minister says that he's going to simplify taxation. Now you have come out with a number of schemes. I mean, there's even a Saral form, which is more Kathin form. So you talking about simplification of taxes, you're talking about a wider base. How confident are you of mopping up resources with this?
Let me tell you, 99% of the taxpayers, when they file their returns, they get their assessment orders now. They don't even have to go. It's those complicated cases. Now to resolve those complications in big cases, which bring down investment, what have I done? On transfer pricing, huge liabilities are pending and litigations are pending. So I have issued a set of clarifications which will be incorporated to the law to leave nothing to discretion. 2, local investors who invest in a business will say, if the investment is above a threshold, I have said I'll create an advance ruling authority. So they will, before investing their first rupee, they'll go to the income tax department and say, please tell me in advance what my liability is going to be. So I will plan accordingly and decide to invest or not to invest. So we've gone a step further than what people expected in order to create the confidence of the Indian investor and the international investor in our taxation system.
See, investors की जब बात होती है तो बहुत से investors ऐसे हैं, especially entrepreneurs, जो अपना business सिंगापुर लेके गए हैं, हांगकांग, मॉरिशस, यूके. आपकी कौन सी ऐसी स्कीम है या आपके कौन से ऐसे पॉलिसीज हैं?
टैक्सेशन स्ट्रक्चर्स जो आपके फंड्स वगैरह थे, जो भारतीय लोग हैं लेकिन वहां से ऑपरेट कर रहे हैं क्योंकि वहां ज्यादा आकर्षण था. तो अगर आप बजट का पूरे प्रपोजल, मेरा भाषण पढ़ोगे, तो ऐसी योजनाएं भी मैंने दी हैं कि जहां मैं टैक्सेस को रैशनलाइज कर रहा हूं कि वो लोग वापस आ गए और उन्हीं टर्म्स के ऊपर यहां पर इन्वेस्टमेंट ऑपरेट कर सकें।
तो ये तो था अबाउट इंडियन एंटरप्रेन्योर्स जो बाहर जा रहे हैं। अब जो फॉरेन इन्वेस्टर्स हैं, you've created a lot of interest by increasing FDI in defense, in insurance sector. How come FDI in retail was a problem but FDI in defense is fine?
The two are entirely different.
Okay.
I'll give you the reason.
Ideologically बताइए और उसके
I'll
बाद-
give you ideologically. My ideology is what suits India's interest.
Okay.
In defense, I'm the largest buyer in the world. That's India. And I buy from 100% foreign governments and foreign companies controlled by governments or private interests. So why should I not set up Indian companies with 51% Indian equity, technology and 49% coming from the foreigner? So I can do it. It's in my interest. मेरा foreign exchange भी बचेगा, मेरा defense equipment यहाँ पैदा होगा, यहाँ jobs create होंगे। लेकिन मैं जो रिटेल का माल बेचता हूँ भारतीय रिटेल में, कल उसको छोड़कर चाइनीज गुड बेचने के लिए स्ट्रक्चर्ड फॉरेन रिटेल यहाँ आ जाए तो मेरा तो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग सेक्टर भी नीचे दब जाएगा और मेरे जो रिटेल इस्टेब्लिशमेंट्स भारतीयों के हैं वो बंद होने लग पड़ेंगे। तो इसलिए एफडीआई पे मैंने कहा है इट विल बी सेक्टर स्पेसिफिक, जहां मेरे देश का हित है मैं वहां खोलूंगा।
Fiscal deficit, now that's likely to stay at 4.5% of the GDP. That's
This
what
year,
they say. Yeah.
it's last year, and for this year it's projected at 4.1. I have also said that it depends on a lot of factors, and I am going to accept this 4.1 figure as a challenge.
Why did you rely on this target which the UPA had put up?
You see, it's not UPA versus NDA, it's a factor of Indian economy. Some people have felt that 4.1% is unrealistic, it's difficult. So I have said, I don't mind trying to reach that very difficult and daunting target, but I don't want to give up that fight.
Okay.
So I lose only when if I decide not to fight. I'll try till the 31st of March this year and try and reach that target.
Now, some are saying that it's a very ambitious target that you've set, because where is the revenue going to come from? Basically from your tax collection.
You see, no. It's a difficult target to set. Fiscal deficit can be contained in two ways. Either you spend less or you earn more. Now, if you spend less, you contract the economy. Therefore, you have to earn more. Now, all these reforms which I have undertaken, the sole idea is that I must earn more.
That will take time, isn't it? Because you're talking about building roads, building ports, building airports.
No, but once the investment starts coming in and the economy starts picking up, manufacturing sector starts
Manufacturing
picking up.
takes time to...
No, I'm not talking of new industries. We already have a sector in India. We already have a roads program in India. It's just that people were not willing to build roads because the banks were not funding them. So I have now gone in for a very large, extensive bank reform in this budget.
Yeah. Why did you hesitate in talking about PSUs, disinvestments?
You see, I'll tell you, tactically, I have not put that in my speech. I have said tactically. I have put that in a part of the budget papers. I have fixed a target of approximately 50,000 crores for disinvestment this year.
Okay, in a phased manner, is that what you want to do? Or
No. There's a decision that the UPA government had taken that some PSUs were selected by them which would offload shares into the market. I'm following that practice.
और उसमें ये भी कहा जाता है कि crony capitalism आ जाती है. When the government offloads...
This is an outdated jargon. This is an outdated jargon. आप लोगों पे टैक्स लगाते रहिए क्योंकि सरकार ने व्यवस्थाएं चलानी है, ये व्यवसाय चलाने हैं, ये भी कहाँ तक जायज़ है? लेकिन कुछ ऐसे PSUs हैं जो PSUs रहेंगे, लेकिन आवश्यक नहीं कि सरकार के 80% शेयर हो, सरकार के 60 भी हो सकते हैं.
Okay. According to you, what are the biggest internal and external risks to the economy right now? मुझे तो दिखता है failed monsoon या and Iraq crisis. ये जो
You're right in your assessment. These are the two most important challenges.
And how do you plan to deal with that?
Well, I can't resolve the Iraq situation, but we'll certainly have a plan B, backup plan, in case there is inadequate monsoon in the country.
So there is no panic button that you have pressed?
Certainly not, because we have surplus food grain in India, and therefore even if there is inadequate rain somewhere, I think for the present there is no crisis situation. We have an adequate food security.
You know, the government goes on saying that, 40 दिन ही हुए हैं, पर आप कहते हैं कि पैनिक सिचुएशन की ज़रूरत नहीं है, we have enough food grains, लेकिन जो आम आदमी होता है जब वो मार्केट में जाता है वो ही 100 रुपए से कुछ नहीं खरीद पाता अब, उसके 1000 रुपए लग जाते हैं सब्जी खरीदने के लिए।
देखिए, ये कोई 40 दिन में तो बढ़ा नहीं, लेकिन मैं चाहूंगा कि आप जैसी संस्थाएं भी उसमें एक व्यवस्था लाने में सहायता करें। कारण यह है, इस देश में प्याज 100 रुपए किलो भी बिका है, लेकिन आज अगर 20, 22, 23 रुपए पे है तो वो पैनिक सिचुएशन नहीं है, जबकि प्याज की अवेलेबिलिटी बहुत है। प्याज की चिंता तब होगी जब दाम और बढ़ते हैं। अभी तो 15 की बजाय 20, 22, क्योंकि मानसून इस मौसम में नवंबर तक प्याज बढ़ता है। ये एक इकोनॉमिक साइकिल है।
ये एक सुझाव ये भी है कि सरकार को मे बी इन द लॉन्ग टर्म, लेकिन सरकार को ये प्राइस कंट्रोल से हट जाना चाहिए। सब्जियों के दाम, दूध का दाम, इस सब से हट जाना चाहिए।
देखिए, सरकार,
डू यू एग्री विद दैट?
सरकार प्राइस कंट्रोल में नहीं है, लेकिन जब कीमतें बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ जाती हैं और उसमें कुछ प्रशासनिक कारण होते हैं तो सरकार को उसमें कूदना पड़ता है। होर्डिंग हो गई, या मान लीजिए मैनेजमेंट है कि नासिक और राजस्थान में प्याज पड़ा हुआ है, दिल्ली में नहीं बिक रहा, तो अगर निजी उद्योग नहीं ला रहे तो सरकार को लाना पड़ेगा।
पर जो किसान है वो कहता है कि मैं क्यों ना होल्ड करूं, मैं क्यों ना रखूं अपने पास और बाद में ज्यादा बेचूं। ये शहर वाले हैं जो ज्यादा पैसे नहीं देना चाहते उसी प्याज के लिए।
देखिए, होर्डिंग से किसी की सहायता नहीं होगी, और प्याज एक ऐसी चीज है, आलू एक ऐसी चीज है, हफ्ते 2 हफ्ते से ज्यादा रखोगे तो तकलीफ में आ जाओगे, वो खुद सड़ जाएगा। तो इसलिए ये पेरिशेबल कमोडिटीज हैं।
Acha, you've been saying that it's not a panic situation, but now you have a situation where there's a weak monsoon, a low growth, high inflation, weak currency, threat of oil supply. Will this hamper the growth for FY15?
That is, or except the monsoon, all the other factors our policy can check.
You have checked for all these. Okay. If the monsoon fails, as suggested, the growth rate will slide down, and this promise of अच्छे दिन जो आपने कहा था, that might
nobody has a control on nature, but I don't think we should get into too many probabilities at that stage. We've seen late monsoons in India earlier also.
Can you bring about a fiscal correction even if there is a weak monsoon?
I'll continue trying that. The targets may change, the red lines may change, but that prudence should be set at naught is certainly no finance minister will ever accept.
आपने बहुत सारे प्रोग्राम्स अनाउंस किए हैं, लेकिन यूपीए कहती है कि ये एक्सटेंशन ऑफ उनके ही प्रोग्राम्स है, आपने नाम बदल दिए हैं बस।
देखिए, ये उनका पुराना एक वक्तव्य रहा है, और इसलिए अगर उनको इसमें संतोष मिलता है तो मुझे कुछ नहीं कहना।
वो कहते हैं कि कोई ग्रैंड प्लान नहीं है जो आपके कैंपेन के टाइम।
जो ग्रैंड प्लान था वो इस देश को इस व्यवस्था में ले आया। इट्स दैट मिसमैनेजमेंट ऑफ द इकोनॉमी बाय द यूपीए। इट्स द मेस। हाफ माय प्रॉब्लम टुडे इज the first 20 pages of my speech is how do I correct some of the issues which they've left behind unresolved.
पर आपने उनकी जो पॉलिसीज हैं उसको इतना क्रिटिसाइज किया ड्यूरिंग द इलेक्शंस, चाहे मनरेगा हो, इंदिरा विकास, ऑल दीज, इंदिरा आवास योजना, इन सबको क्रिटिसाइज किया, लेकिन आपने कोई चॉप नहीं किया।
मैं रूरल एम्प्लॉयमेंट के खिलाफ नहीं हूँ, लेकिन मनरेगा में एसेट क्रिएशन हो।
कैसे एसेट क्रिएशन हो?
क्यों नहीं हो सकता? आप सड़क बना सकते हैं, रूरल रोड्स बना सकते हैं, आप रूरल टॉयलेट्स बना सकते हैं, आप रूरल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बना सकते हैं।
पर वो यूपीए भी तो कर रही थी।
कहाँ किया है? कितने एसेट बने हैं मनरेगा में? और आज मैंने पॉलिसी में कहा है इट विल बी एसेट क्रिएटिंग स्कीम्स।
एंड ऑन पीपी
नहीं, मनरेगा में तो मजदूर
बनाएंगे। ठीक है। हाउ कॉन्फिडेंट आर यू दैट जो अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट फिगर्स हैं, जो पॉवर्टी फिगर्स है, उसको आप रिवर्स कर सकते हैं?
देखिए, इसमें समय लगेगा
जी।
ये तो ओवरराइट हो नहीं सकते हैं, और इसलिए अगर ग्रोथ रेट बढ़ता है तो निश्चित रूप से इस दिशा में हमें सफल मिलेंगे।
तो आप टाइम फ्रेम नहीं दे रहे हैं इसके लिए? 1 साल, 2
ये
साल?
ऑनगोइंग प्रोसेस है। इस देश की गरीबी कम करना ये तो ऑनगोइंग प्रोसेस है। ये तो हर साल 1-8%, 2% कम हो तब जाके इस देश का कल्याण होगा।
You know, the social spending sector, lots of people were focusing on this social spending, whether you are going to curtail social spending in your budget, because the criticism was that your budget will be more business friendly rather than poor friendly.
कभी भी इस देश में सोशल स्पेंडिंग कर्टेल नहीं होनी चाहिए। आपको गरीब को जो लाभ मिलना है अर्थव्यवस्था का, ग्रोथ रेट बढ़ेगा तो थोड़ा टिकल डाउन होगा, वो पुल अप होगा, लेकिन उससे काम अकेले नहीं चलेगा। इसलिए जो सरकार की जेब में राजस्व आएगा उसको आप गरीब में बांटेंगे किसी ना किसी योजना में, उससे भी लाभ होगा। So you'll have to have a two-pronged approach in tackling poverty.
But this trickle-down effect has really not been successful.
No.
Otherwise, why would we have more than 300 million poor Indians today?
The truth is, trickle-down effect alone doesn't work. Therefore, you have to raise resources from the growth and then distribute it amongst the people. That's additionally to be done. There is no contradiction between distribution of the surplus resource amongst the poor and a pull-out of the poor from poverty, which is enabled also by higher growth rates.
So there's no going
देखिए मैं आपको उदाहरण दूं, आज से 15 साल पहले आपको कल्पना थी कि इस देश के 80% लोग मोबाइल फोन लेकर चलेंगे। अब मोबाइल टेलीफोनी में ट्रिकल डाउन इफेक्ट हुआ है कि नहीं हुआ? टेलीविजन उपलब्धि में ट्रिकल डाउन इफेक्ट हो रहा है कि नहीं हो रहा? बच्चे स्कूल जाएंगे, ये ट्रिकल डाउन इफेक्ट हो रहा है कि नहीं हो रहा? तो ये ट्रिकल डाउन है, लेकिन क्या वो पर्याप्त है? नहीं। आपको लोगों को जो सरकार की जेब में ताकत आती है आर्थिक, लोगों में बांटनी, वो भी आवश्यक है।
तो there will be no direct cash transfer schemes.
No, we have not said
You
that.
don't. There will be that too.
We have not said that. Prime Minister last week has taken a presentation and he's seized of the matter.
Okay. Now, on April 20th this year, you said in Amritsar that the income tax slab should be increased from 2 lakhs to 5 lakhs, which would benefit 30 million Indians.
You see,
but not
I'll tell
much.
you,
Okay.
that's a part of my personal ideological belief. And I do believe that over the next 8-9 years, we'll have to increase slabs further. One of my only regrets is today, my pocket is not deep enough to allow me to do that. So I have gone up to 2.5-3 lakhs. So, and very rarely in India has a 50,000 jump in 1 year been brought about.
You talked about GST, you just about introduced it, but then you know that the states are against it. So
The states are not against this. I've had a consensus, most states are coming around.
You don't see a collision course with the states on GST?
Not at all. I think 1 or 2 states have issues, we'll try and resolve those issues.
On subsidies, a little more clarity, sir. Are you going to cut subsidies or are you not?
We'll rationalize subsidies,
Yeah.
but that will be the recommendation of the Expenditure Management Commission.
Okay. While concluding, what are the top 5 picks that you would say from the budget?
Well, I think it's a directional budget. It gives a fillip to infrastructure. It gives a great support to manufacturing. It gives a significant relief to the common taxpayer. And it re-establishes confidence in the credibility of Indian economy and Indian taxation system.
In conclusion, was it just a budget speech or was it more than that, a vision statement for the next 5 years?
A first year's budget will always be directional. So you'll expect a little more in that.
Thank you very much for speaking with us.